Hello and happy Sunday. It is Sunday, right? Yeah. What day of the week is it? It's Sunday. I have been so turned around after the Thanksgiving holiday. Hope you're catching up, getting ready for your work week as well. We're having a time with all this rain that we're forecasting. Thankfully, there is a freeze line, and thankfully that's staying so far north of us. We aren't even worrying about it here in the Tennessee Valley. Now, Middle Tennessee, Nashville, and others. Nashville, I think that's Franklin even too. I briefly lived in that area, and they are about to deal with a little slight small snow flurry situation. However, like I mentioned, not happening here in Huntsville and surrounding areas, right? Right. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about what we're expecting for the rest of our evening. Dry conditions. We had a wet start to our Sunday. I think a lot of areas saw rain on just up until like the early afternoon hours for a couple areas, seeing some leftover rain chances. It's now about 42, 43 around the city. So people are making their way around for the last couple of hours of the break of the weekend. Hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. Everything is good with you and your family. Hope you enjoyed Black Friday, Shop Small Saturday. Tomorrow is Cyber Monday, which is my favorite personally because I'd rather online shop. And you see how cold it is outside. I just don't like the cold very much. So I like the cold months. Winter's my favorite season, but I don't like the cold of it, you know? I just like the fun, festive stuff that we do. So here's what we're looking at. Some 30s for a couple areas. We see 38 in Russellville. Moulton's at 37, 39 for Haleyville. Even some of our Tennessee communities, Winchester and Fayetteville, dealing with some upper 30s. We will start to slowly slide our way down that ramp of low in 40s to the upper 30s in the next few hours, just because of that rain cooled air that we saw from earlier. So we'll keep the 40s around for another hour or two, and then we'll get into some 30s overnight tonight. Here's the temperature change over the past 24 hours. You'll remember yesterday we were much warmer than we were from Friday. But because of that rain cooled air that came in Saturday evening with those rain chances and then continuing this morning, that has dropped our temperatures back down to a very chilly state. And today's high, I believe, was around 47 for a couple areas. So we had a very chilly day with those rain chances and the fact that it's overcast as well. So those two added together keeps us on the cooler side of things. Another thing to note here is the fact that we are already well below our average for the end of November. I don't know where that came from. End of November to the beginning of December. And usually we're around the mid to low end 50s. And as you can see, we are in the mid to low end 40s for highs. So we're definitely going to see this temperature change map here show you that we are dropping as the days go, especially as we've got rain chances in and around most of these days as well. So looks like Moulton has the biggest jump out of all of us. They are 10 degrees cooler today than they were yesterday. So I just like to show that just so you can kind of get an idea of the difference between each day that we deal with some of those rain chances and how that changes the forecast temperature wise for us. So starting our Monday out in the 30s for a lot of the western communities, though, they'll be in those upper 20s. Chilly, chilly morning. As you can see, cloud cover. It's going to be a little tough getting out the door. Visibility-wise, could see some possible patchy fog in the area as well. Looking ahead through our Monday, if Max would like to show us, we'll keep those cloud cover conditions around, pretty overcast to start the work week and starting December. As we go throughout the day, we start to see those rain chances pop up as early as 2:30 for a couple areas. As we go through the afternoon, though, that will continue to increase. 6 o'clock, as you see here, heaviest chance of rain is set for the north portion of our communities. So our Tennessee counties and just at the Alabama state line, mainly in the west. Our eastern communities, it's a little more of a spotty chance for some heavy showers. But looking through the rest of the night, we'll see those rain chances continuing well into our evening and late night hours, carrying over into Tuesday morning. This is 3 a.m. So far, not expecting storm conditions, just heavy rainfall at the moment, which is good to note. It's just going to make things a little damp and chilly. As you can see, we are in those 40s, and then Tuesday we're set to start the morning. This is 8 a.m. in those 30s. So you'll need an umbrella as you get out the door, keeping those rain chances around 5, 6 a.m. as you get up, and then not really as dry until about 7:30, 8 a.m. And it's breezy outside, so definitely keep those jackets, scarves, hats, what have you, whatever keeps you warm, whatever's in your winter arsenal, keep that nearby. It's going to be some chilly starts for each morning. We'll continue to see a decent breeze around and a great deal of cloud cover. Very overcast conditions going into Tuesday, well into the afternoon and evening as well. So what I do want to show you is that that freeze line I was telling you about earlier. We're only seeing rain here, and as you can see, you can kind of see that pink and purple. That's usually our winter precipitation, and that's the colors used for that. You can see it stays well north of us. So we're seeing Memphis see a couple of possible sleet, but here in Huntsville, the Valley, not really seeing much of those frosty conditions. As you can see, it's farther north, just actually over the Tennessee state line into part of Kentucky. So we'll continue to monitor that. Looks like the rest of Tuesday is going to be a dry one. And as we get to Wednesday and Thursday, more dry conditions will be back in the forecast. But by Friday, we have another chance of showers and a slight cold front pushing through, bringing our temperatures down a bit into the 40s, back into the 40s. So I would say Thursday, actually. Thursday and Friday are a touch closer to our average highs for this time of year. But we get back into some very chilly 40s come the weekend. So I know we had our parade for Tuesday, the Huntsville Christmas Parade, which is a very Merry Christmas theme. I hope you get out and enjoy and see all the floats. I'm excited for you guys to see our float because I've heard the ideas and I've heard who's going and what it's going to look like, and I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I think you'll love it. So looks like things are going to be just fine for that evening, which is good to note. Also, before we get into our show, I'm pretty sure we're going to mention this in our newscast as well, but I think Scottsboro has moved their parade to the 8th, their rain date. So there's going to be that rain chance tomorrow. That's going to put a damper on things for a couple of communities. But Tuesday evening through Wednesday and Thursday, great times to get out and enjoy some of the fun festivities we've got going on in Huntsville. Lots of our Christmas stuff is kicked off already, from our Tinsel Trail all the way to the Galaxy of Lights is kicked off. The Trash Pandas also have their own light show that's going on as well. So make sure you get out and enjoy it for the days that are dry, for the evenings that are dry. It's going to be a wet weekend, so it'll be kind of tough for you to go ahead and get out and enjoy it then. So maybe take it as a brain break between work and then home. So that'll be fun. But looking ahead to the following work week, we started out with some rain, but it looks like it's going to dry up rather quickly for Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, getting back into some normal forecasts for us, getting into those low and mid 50s by that point as well. So we're hoping to see that stick around for a little bit. And as always, we'll update you with rain chances and if things decide to change. Make sure you're driving safely for your evening commute on Monday and even Tuesday morning if you're an early riser. We'll be doing our 5 o'clock, and then we have our 10 o'clock, which will be after the game, so more like 10:30, 10:45, maybe 11. Depends on how the Commanders, and I know I'm missing who they're playing, but that's okay. Depends on how that game goes. So we'll see you then. I hope you have a great start to your work week.